Welcome to Blue Book video number 9 on state statutes. In this video, we are going to do a quick recap of the basic components you need to make statutory citations. Then we're going to move on to citing state statutes. This will include learning how to cite multiple sections and multiple subsections of statutes. As with the federal statutes, to make a statute citation for a state, you need the title number, if applicable, abbreviation of statutory authority, section number, and in parentheses you need the publisher information if necessary, and the date of the code edition. Remember, states generally vary in order of the above. As with federal statutes, nothing is underlined or italicized. To find the abbreviation for the state statutes, look to Table 1 under the heading Statutory Compilations. This includes the proper citation information for all of the various states. Let's look at a screenshot of a state statute on Westlaw next. There are 3 places you can look to find information on the statute. First, you can look in the middle. Next, you can look at the top statute breakdown. This area is most helpful to figure out exactly which codebook you are looking at. And finally, in the top left, it will tell you the statute and its title, followed by black lettering, usually giving you the title number. For South Dakota statutes, please turn to your South Dakota tab in Table 1. However, note, the Blue Book and the South Dakota Court Rules differ on citation to South Dakota codified laws. This information about South Dakota local rules is found in the blue pages for the purposes of FLS, and if you practice in the state of South Dakota, you will not be using Blue Book citation format in Table 1. Instead, you will be using SDCL. Please make sure to note this in your Blue Book for future reference. This is an example of what a proper statutory citation should look like. First, we have the abbreviation of the statutory authority, SDCL. Next, there is a section symbol, then the title number, then the chapter number, and the section number. Notice in South Dakota, the title number, the chapter number, and the section number are all part of the same statute number. We end the citation using Westlaw 2014. As with federal statutes, remember we are using Westlaw to make sure your reader understands we are citing to a statute we found through an online source versus a print source. Also remember, if you pull a statute from LexisNexis, use Lexis instead of Westlaw. Let's do some practice on state statutes together. Here is a screenshot of a state statute from Minnesota. Look at the 3 different places to gather information. The statute allows for liens for attorney's fees from the Minnesota statutes annotated. In Table 1, find the information for Minnesota. On that page, underneath the statute section, you will see that the abbreviation for Minnesota statutes annotated is MinStat-An. Let's look at the proper citation. Note that page 248 shows the abbreviation in small caps, and I have cited in regular font. This difference is because the white pages font format is for law review purposes, as explained in the first video. Throughout the FLS course and your assignments, do not use small caps. This includes both small and large caps. Use regular font as shown in this slide. Now, what if you would like to cite to subsections within that statute? Note that the statute contains 3 subsections, A, B, and C. If you would like to cite to all 3 subsections, you would simply include an A-C following section 481.13. Note there is no space in between the 13 and the A. If you would like to cite to multiple subsections that are not contiguous, such as A and C, but not B, you would include after the subsection A, comma, C. Again, note there is no space in between the 13 and the A. Please note, while we didn't show this in the federal statutes, the same rule 3.3 sub A applies. Let's look at citing multiple sections using South Dakota statutes. Rule 3.3 sub B explains citing multiple subsections of statutes in any format, so that rule is likely a good one to write down. Look at this screenshot from Westlaw Next. We want to cite both SDCL 20-9-7 and 20-9-8. If we were to simply cite it as 20-9-7-8, that would confuse the reader. Therefore, according to Rule 3.3 sub B, I'm mentioning this rule multiple times, so you write it down and tab it, hint hint. It would look as follows. Note, there is a space between the 2 and the hyphen 8, but there is no space in between the hyphen and the 8. What if you want to add 20-9-12 to your citation? It would look as follows. Note, we still include a hyphen before the 12, and there is no space between it and the 12. This concludes Blue Book video number 9.